From the hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another rainy episode. Stay tuned. Boom! Guys, so we've got this eggplant here, which is off of the Prochaska, and it has finally started to turn. You can see there, it's blushing really good. Now, it's not all the way, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. So you can see there, it's pretty close. I'm gonna get it off of here and we're gonna go weigh it. Let's see how much that one weighs. Here's the first one. It was the first one to start, and you can see there, it's definitely blushing. See, that's lighter colored. That's what you're looking for.
My guess is 2 pounds and a half.
2 pounds, 12.8 ounces. So that's a pretty light eggplant.
Did you win?
Nope, not with that one. I didn't. But I wasn't counting on this one. So it hadn't really grown in probably a month or so, and so, but I've been checking on it. You can see it started to blush and everything. See how it's lighter colored there. And so it probably could have stayed on there for another couple days, but I mean, it could have got to that light colored purple there all the way, and it would have probably weighed maybe 3 pounds by then. I don't know that it would have gained too much more than that. Anyhow, there it is. We weighed the first one. We've got 3 or 4 more left to go that are this big or bigger. So, all right, on to the next.
Hey.
All right, guys. So, pulled our first eggplant this morning, and you guys just seen the weight of it. Now I have this plant, and the plant's actually starting to do good and starting to come back to life. And you can see all these new blooms starting on it and everything. And that has got me intrigued. So I am in contact with my friend who is a horticulturalist, whatever you want to call it there. I can't always pronounce stuff right. And I'm going to be looking at grafting certain things, trying to keep these plants going throughout the winter, and seeing if, maybe if I do a graft, maybe it'd be a stronger plant. I found it pretty interesting about these lychee tomatoes and some things concerning them with grafting. I actually finally started getting some here that's trying to turn, so that's going to be cool once they finally ripen. I hope they ripen. I don't know why it laid over like that, but it did. Take you for a little tour real quick. Yesterday, mowing the yard, moved the bucket, and broke my biggest tomato off of that plant. So there went that. I'm going to graft this arm. That's why I've not took that arm and did anything with it and stapled it up. I'm going to graft it. I'm going to see what we can't get off of it. as far as a graft would go. Is this thing here doing anything or no? Nope, it didn't do nothing. I thought it would, but it didn't. That sucks. Anyhow, we're gonna graft that arm right there. And then we're gonna be working. We're gonna be doing a lot of work with grafts because I think it's important that we understand how grafts work and what all we can graft and make progressions towards better crops. You know, whether it's giant community or just regular growing. You know, see what works, see what happens when you do certain things. So, what I was going to explain here is this is a tamarillo. It's a dwarf tamarillo, and you can see there's a bunch of little berries there. And tamarillos are supposed to be, look up here, tons of them up here, right? Sorry. Tons of those all over the plants. And the plants, I didn't know this, but they're actually like a tree. Now, this is a dwarf tamarillo. You can get regular tamarillos from what I understand. But these are dwarfs, and they are also in that family, right, of the Solanum, something or another. I can't think of how it pronounces. Anyhow, but huckleberries are also in that. And there's tons of these huckleberry plants popping up all over, right? Well, eggplants fall in that Solanum genus as well. And tomatoes are kind of like a sub-species of that. And so what I was wanting to do, like this glazebrook right here, right? Like I was telling y'all in yesterday's video, I didn't find out until this past week that the world record was grown on a new improved New York monster, right? New improved New York monster is what the eggplant was grown on. Well, I didn't know that. I thought they were aubergines, right? And so this is a new improved New York monster. I'm assuming my brown is because it's a glazebrook. He grew the glazebrook and got seeds off of it, so that should be the same strain. I don't know about the Prochaskas. I need to ask him if they are. And but mine that's in the garden, those are not. Those are Aswad eggplants. Okay, so that's what I thought they were, was Aswads. I did not know that they were a different species or whatever, or subspecies. Supposedly the only difference is they're denser. Now you can see I just weighed that one in there, and it was 2 pounds 12 ounces, which to me didn't seem very dense. Okay, now granted that was a Prochaska plant, because here's the glazebrook, and over there on the fence line is the brown. But now here's what I want to do. This plant has not done nothing for months. You've seen the one, it sat there, it dried up pretty much, and then it didn't do anything. It was growing good, and then it just quit. Well, this plant ain't did nothing for months, and now I got some good growth going on here. You know, you can kind of see, you know. And so what I want to do is I want to pull it, and I want to transplant it, right? But I also want to get grafts off of it. And so I'm thinking about doing, you know, some grafting, and I want to graft to huckleberry, and I want to graft to a tamarillo, and kind of see what we get, right? Like, is there any benefits to it at all? Is it worth your time, etc., etc.? And so, man, this thing here, I'm hoping does something. That one's trying to grow again. But anyhow, that's what we're going to be working on today, I believe. After we check everything, we're going to start looking into, you know, what can be done to help these eggplants survive on into the winter. And so I'm just walking through here, just giving everything a good check real quick. Did that turn red? It sure enough did. Dag on it. And I got to get that one off there now and get that one to growing. That one turned red too. Ah, man, alive. Yep. All right. Let me get those measured and weighed too, and then get some more things percolating on that front. All right. Anyhow, the brown one has a small one on it, but the brown plant doesn't look like it's even alive anymore. It looks like it's dead. So it might have been a bad spot, maybe because of the sunflowers. I don't know. Anyways, moving forward. Oh, look there. Growing little gourds all over the ground here. Got a pockmark orange right there. See it? Let's get in there and pull that rascal out of there. Shall we? That one right there is a good one. This plant's a really good plant. Yeah, that's a beautiful one. That's fully ripened. Nice, 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 nice. Need to get in here and do some work and stuff as well. Everywhere needs work. So, anyways, going to pull these tomatoes. We'll get a weight on them. I'll check and see if there's any more ripe ones. Hoping there's not, because I wasn't counting on those to go ripe that fast. I was waiting for them to kind of grow better and do better. So, but you can't help what they do. You know, they do what they do. That's all you can. That's all you can do. So, I was talking to Pork Chop. Pork Chop might have some better ideas for me. Pork Chop, he's the one that grew world record and stuff. One right there is okay. Keep it covered. These are here. Need to pick one and go. I think that one right there is probably the one we should go with on that one. Probably need to drop this one. I don't know. We'll have to just kind of wait and see what happens there. That's definitely got to come off there though. All right, let's check this real quick. See how she's looking. She's all right. She's all right. Now this one down here. Yeah, that one right there is a decent one. I'm hoping she goes right there. She'll be a nice, really nice fruit. All right, enough jabbering and stuff. Get off of here, pull them, weigh them, and then go check the rest of the. All right, guys, we'll weigh the smaller one first. Let's see what she weighs. 1 pound, 7.8 ounces. 1 pound, 7.8 ounces. This one just feels like a big bubble. It's a big tomato. 1 pound, 15.8 ounces. 1 pound, 15.8 ounces. If I'd have left it on there till it finished blushing, probably would have been 2 pounds. So, there it is. 1 pound, 15.8 ounces. Pitiful, 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 pitiful. Here by the fence, you can see here, this is a really nice mega bloom on that eggplant there. There's another nice one right there. Not quite as big as this one though. This one's super big. So that right there is probably the one we're gonna wanna keep. I don't see any others right now that are as big. So I think that's gonna be the winner. Chicken dinner right there. Oh, hang on a minute. We got one growing right here. How big is she? I don't know. She don't look too big, does she? Oh, no, she's a good one. Yeah, she's good. She's wide. So we'll pick all the rest of these off. We'll leave this one. Pick the rest of these off. And let it do its thing there. We'll let those two grow, and hopefully they'll produce something magical. We'll see. This one over here, nothing really going on with it yet. It's not really got anything great. No blooms or nothing on it. I mean, there is blooms, but none of them big or nothing. And then over here we had this one here's full of blooms. And this one here, you can see it's got several. And then there's a couple fruit growing on it already. Right there. I don't think this fruit here is very good though. It looked like it's going to be a big one. It's a nice mega bloom right there. Pretty nice one there. So we'll have to make some decisions on that. This plant here, nothing really just yet. I mean, it's growing and it's standing straight up, so that's a good thing. But it's I guess there's one right there that might have took. Yeah, it took. So that's about it. All right, moving on. All right. Need to pick some beans today off of these plants here and some other plants around the side. Let's take a look inside the greenhouse real quick, see what might need picked in here. Or we need to plant cucumbers today in here. Probably need to do some rearranging in here, fix some stuff. Got some tomatoes that need picked, obviously. So we'll get those. I have to do some work in here, so for sure. I'll take you back here and I'll show you this other eggplant. And I don't know why it's not doing anything good, but it's just not. It's not a very good grower for some reason. It should have been plenty hot in here, you see, but it's just a very, very, very small eggplant. The stem's small. It's soft. Might as well just pick it off there. It ain't doing nothing. It's soft as can be. Yeah, see how it's pushy in on it. You don't want that. That ain't no good. So, all right, well, everything else is doing what it's supposed to be doing, I reckon. So we'll get out of here. I'm interested in these beets. Very, very interested. One's up in the front yard in the flowers thing there where the water is. It's pretty neat. And this thing here is starting to grow again. See how it's getting tall now all of a sudden? It wasn't tall at all. Now it's getting tall. This one here looks like it's trying to produce some handles and stuff. I do know it's been really, really hot in here, so you know you don't want that super hot. It's kind of took some of the energy from them, but anyhow, let's put this one up here, and we'll come in here and plant those in a little bit. Real quick, I got strawberries growing, and they're doing good. They're not huge, but there are a bunch of them on there. And you can see they're not real big strawberries. I mean, that's probably the biggest one I've seen so far right there. But you know, they're just now getting established, so they did good. Hopefully this whole outside right here by next spring will be nothing but a big strawberry bed. I'm gonna mulch it. The plan is to mulch it and mulch it good and heavy, lay some hay or straw down, whatever, and then let them go dormant, and then pull the hay off next year or the straw, whatever, and then let it cover on top of the mulch. These down here, I didn't get to it, but I'm going to this fall, winter, outlining it and taking care of it, and then letting it get its start up here in the yard. So it's a big strawberry patch. I want big strawberry patches, as big as I can get them. And then this here, these are starting to do good, and they're getting lots of strawberries on them. They're actually doing quite well compared to everything else. I need to get in here and weed. I haven't been able to. I've been busy with so many other things, but if I can get in here and weed, I believe we could have a great place for strawberries, and that's why I've not been walking in here. I just letting it grow because I'm gonna come in here and pull. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll walk on this side here because I didn't get too close. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then bunches of rhubarb that I'd planted up in here, which I don't see anymore. Did it all get taken over or what? It might have. So that's what happens when you don't get to weed or nothing. Things get taken over. So I need to come over here and weed and get all this garbage and stuff cleaned up. Hopefully one day this week coming. And that rhubarb should, even if it did die out, it should come back. So it should. All right, now let's go in here and look at some other things. Make sure we ain't got nothing ripening in here just yet. I got some big ones going. If I can just keep them from ripening and just keep them growing, we should end up with some pretty special tomatoes like that one right there. That right there is gonna be a good one. I need to get it tied up a little bit better though. I know that. That one there, I believe, is what we're gonna pick, and we'll take those other two off. Why are y'all out here in rain? All right. So, all right. So yesterday, I almost got ready to pull this pumpkin out of there, and I probably should. Because it's probably more than likely done. But it's solid as a rock. I mean, it's super hard. Like, it hurts to hit. So I don't know if it's done. Yeah, it's done. I feel a soft spot there today. I'm gonna get that one out of there. I have to make him a new one. So we'll do that at some point. I got more in there. Got 2 of them in there. You can see one right there, one back in there. So there's those. There's tons of these pumpkins everywhere in here. Alright, this one here is doing really good too. Look how big this thing is. Massive. To be a young pumpkin, doing really good on it. Lots of choices there on them. Alright, let's I don't really need to go in there and look around. I think all those pumpkins are pretty good and secure. I don't have much worries on those. That Malachi pumpkin is getting big fast. I need to pull that time lapse off there and get it on over here. And this one boarded. Nope, that's good. Get that time lapse pulled though, so we can see what we got going on there. And a nice big pumpkin in there. That's a nice one, really nice. It's another 1883 right there. I'm hoping all of them will make it, because if I can sell every one of those at, I don't know, say $30 a pop or so, yeah, that's pretty good money. Even if I can get 50, if they're 100 pounds, I could probably get like $60 to $75 for a 100-pounder. Pretty good. Last year, I know the 100-pounders I seen at a little market down in Virginia, B&B Produce, they were selling their anywhere between 90 and 100 pounds. They were selling them for, I think it was $1 a pound, I think is what they were. Pretty sure. Alright, let's see here. I don't see no long gourds doing anything today. This one here is just about hit the ground. Let's go ahead and check on my rhodoball pumpkin. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see what we got going on here. Need to do any cleaning. Alright, let me get my tools. clean this real up. All right, let's see what we got here. Yep, we'll need surgery today, ain't you, old girl? Yep. All right, let me roll you up here, son. Yeah, he'll take care of you. Get you all healed up there. Stupid rain. I figure out a way to keep these things dry. Let's see how dry that is. It's really not that moist. Oh yeah, that's actually dry, really dry. The fans really kept it good and dry. Look at that. Alright, that's good then. It won't even bust. So, fans kept it good and dry. Get her cleaned up. Alright guys, so got her good and cleaned up here. Let's see. Let me see. Zoom you out some. Right through there. Let's see where we've cleaned it up good. Probably should do a little bit more cleaning right there in that area. It's kind of greenish looking right there. I don't know. Might have to clean up some more right there. Right in this area right here. So, I don't know if it's just the way it looks, or if there's a shadow, or what. I'm getting soaked. I don't want to get wet, but I don't know. I might clean it up just a touch more, but everything else is good and cleaned. It looks good. So, yep. Just for precautionary reasons, I went on ahead and did clean that up some more right there. You can see, scraped all that brown off. I don't think it was necessary, but we got it cleaned up real good. I also removed this little piece of main right here. It wasn't doing anything anymore, and I cut this secondary that was here off because it wasn't doing anything anymore either. So now it's just got the main feeding it, and that'll have to keep it alive for the next 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, maybe longer. I may, if I don't have a buyer for this one pretty soon, I may just let it grow until it can't grow anymore. So we'll see. The raindrops turned my camera off. You believe that? Can't hardly turn it on with your finger, but a raindrop will turn it off. Craziest thing ever. Anyways, like I say, let it grow for another 2-3 weeks. If I don't have a buyer for it, I may just let it grow until the plant just completely dies out and it won't grow anymore, and then pull it, you know. Or if the stem gets bad or something like that, you know, pull it out, of course. But as long as it's going to grow and do what it's doing, I'm going to leave it. And if I find a buyer for it, of course, yeah, we'll pull it out. Yeah, best we can. If we can, we'll have to go through here, I guess. Unfortunately, I don't want to trample on all the rest of those pumpkins up in there, so that's kind of why I'm holding out to this thing to last till the end of September, beginning of October. If it'll last that long, those other pumpkins up there should be pretty close to making, and I should be able to get a good sell off of them by first week of October, second week of October, somewhere around in there. So, all right, guys, let's get out of here. Biggest apples of the year so far. 12.2 ounces. 11.8. Those are the biggest apples we've had all year. Not bad. All right, guys, so we're picking our Blahilda bean. Don't ask me to pronounce it right, because I'll mess it up. But anyhow, purple beans, that's what we're getting picked right now. And they are phenomenal tasting. We've ate several of them. Just being out here picking them off the vine, cleaning them up and eating them raw, and they are fantastic. They're compared to the purple TP that we grew last year. I didn't know this, but upon further research on this plant, on this variety, it's resistant to mosaic virus and stuff. So definitely one we'll be growing again next year, and we'll have hopefully plenty of seeds. See all these beans hitting on here, so there should be a bunch to pick, and there should be bunches more to come between now and the end of October. So guys, if you're wanting seeds from these, we'll have them. We should have an abundance of them, okay? So yeah. Oh, and we got tons of other beans we're going to try to pick today as well. And then we'll be collecting seeds from most of these. We do have quite a few seeds in stock already. So those are from the Greasy Grits and from the Kentucky Wonder. So, but we're gonna have a bunch. Should be 10 varieties in total. And so let's get to picking. Halfway through the row. Got this thing really getting up our field. But I just wanted to show you, look at all these beans in here. This is the first time we've picked this. And I mean, there's beans I'm having to go back through and get because I'm missing them. Like right here, see all these? I missed tons of beans, guys. You just, man, you ain't got no idea. These will definitely be grown every year. They're sweet. They got big old pods on them. And they just got tons and tons and tons of beans all over them. Look at all this. They're everywhere. They're beans. You can see there's a nest in here somewhere. Oh, been very just trying to look for it very carefully. I don't want to disturb it. Also don't want pecked. Anyways, look at all these beans. I mean, they're everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. And there's tons of blooms on these. Look at all that. Definitely gonna be growing it again next year. So let's keep on picking. See, there's a bird in there just now. See, there it goes. All right, guys, picking the 1,500-year-old cave beans over here now. And these, I'm gonna tell you what, man, these are some big time producers of some beans, and they feel wonderful. And I believe these are a variety like the greasy grit that you can dry out and either use dry, or you can cook them like a green bean and use them. So I like the multi-purpose of them. You can see here that they're just absolutely loaded down with beans, even more so than those Blahildas or whatever they were called. I mean, look in there. There's tons and tons and tons. And there's so many, and they feel like, I can't even tell you how it feels. It's just, they're not slick, they're not sticky, they're not waxy like beans usually are. It's just a very soft, almost velvety touch, but there's not hair on it, right? There's like no hair, but it's just velvety. It's a really cool bean, I like it. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, we can grow this one again next year as well, because I mean, it's done wonderful over here. I mean, look at over here. I mean, this whole line here is full of beans. I do need a bigger thing for them to climb on, a bigger trellis, but get any bigger than this, I need a ladder because I'm short. So anyhow, I'm gonna get off here and pick them. We'll get some weights on all these and how many we got, and beans that we got, and all that at the end of the day. So let's all right. Got that bag picked full. That was off of like 6 plants, I think. 5 or 6 plants. There's not many in there. And then up here, the front yard. All right, now hang on. All right, and we got these greasy grits here that are loaded for bear and ready to be picked already. Tons of them. Look at them things. Bunches of them. Ready to go. And got all them plants there and all these over here. Lots of greasy grits going on. And then down there by the building, we got tons of oh goodness, what's the name? Kentucky Wonders going. And on this fence line, we've got those big ones, the Scarlet Runners going. And in the back on the sunflowers, there's succotash beans going, and the zebras. So lots and lots and lots of beans to be picked. So hopefully we'll get these canned and be able to pick the rest tomorrow, can some more tomorrow. Show y'all some zebras. There's the zebra beans right there. They're pretty. I don't think they're done yet, and they're kind of got like a grit on them, sort of feeling. But there's all these here got the zebra beans on them, and the ones up there by those corn right there, those got succotash beans on them. So we had greasy grit, we had Kentucky Wonder, we had succotash, we had the zebra, had the 1,500-year-old bean, the Scarlet Runner, the Blahilda. We're missing some. Can't think of it now. That's 7. There was 10. Let me think. So we're gonna have to end this video because I'm still sick and it's raining. But I realized where my calculations are wrong. So yes, we did plant 10 varieties of beans. I planted all the beans that we talked about today, which is 7 beans. The other 3 was the really big bean that we grew this past winter in the house. I grew that in the corn, and they did not produce. The ones that are in there are volunteers from last year's Kentucky Wonders. So those didn't produce any. The next thing is the the 2 long beans that we got. They didn't produce anything. So they were supposed to be like 3 foot or something, and they didn't germinate either. So we had 3 of them that didn't germinate. There's where those 3 went, and that's why there's not 10 varieties being harvested. So guys, that's all we got for today. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you tomorrow right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button, that notification bell.
Don't get the dog.
Good job. Here you go. Thank you.
Don't get the dog.
Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And
And
subscribe.